Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, so going off on what we did the last time where I was still tweaking my system, I'm continuing to do that. So I find that when you get a new planner, and for all intents and purposes, this is a new planner. I haven't been in a daily in a while, and I also haven't been in a Jibun Techo in a while, and I've never had the days in a B6 Slim size before. So that's slightly new as well. Gotta tweak your... And anytime you get into a new planner, you kind of got to tweak your system. And by that, I mean, like, if you are in a bullet journal, you don't have dailies, you don't have monthlies, you don't have weeklies, you don't have them structured. You have to choose, and you get to choose, which is kind of awesome. Like, maybe you don't want monthlies because that doesn't work for you in a bullet journal system, but the weeklies and the dailies do. Right now, in here, I have monthlies. It looks like this. And I also have dailies that was like this, with the time ladder situation in the center, but I don't have a weekly. So what I planned on doing was, let's see, thinking about the fact that in my other planner that was a weekly square, you know, the butterfly one, I didn't really use the weekend very much in that. I don't know why, but I thought, well, you know, I will just put Saturday and Sunday on Saturday, and then Sunday I can divide up into like 7 blocks here and put like a weekly spread in here. On this side will be my to-dos, and that'll work out. That's not happened in here because I've been pretty consistent about going ahead and writing on every page every single day, including on Sundays. So that's fine. And if it's not broke, you know, don't fix it. So I am starting to miss my weeklies because I realize that for me, what I do with my weeklies and what works best for me is throwing on my project for the week that I'm trying to work on and breaking it down on that weekly. Whereas on the daily pages, I'm just writing it all on a certain day and then forwarding that until it all gets done, which makes it look like I'm not doing stuff, which I know in my brain is not true, but it makes me feel unhappy that I'm not checking off every single thing every single day. Like this one is pretty checked off and that looked lovely. When it's not, I'm like, why are you forwarding things, Sylvia? Why are you being lazy? And that is just not the case. It's just, I'm writing things I can't possibly get done on that day, just so I have them, you know, in my mind's eye and I'm not forgetting about them. So yeah, all right. Another place I could put them is down here at the bottom of the monthly, just so that like projects, you know, that I need to work on and chip away at. And usually what happens is I just write this list down, and then I'm always aware when the month comes, if I'm done with them, I'll completely check them off. If not, and it needs to go to the next month, I'll write them down here again. That's also the same for these sticky notes. I'm writing things I don't want to forget about here. Like TV shows that we're watching. And so when we have time, I have a list of that. And if I put them sometimes in something like this in a list, I'm not going to go searching and figure that out. But this really works for me and it helps me. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I put it all on a sticky note and move it from day to day? And I thought that might work best. And this is not a sticky note because it doesn't have the sticky stuff on the back, but it is from this notepad here, which I highly recommend and I really do love. And this is, I think, 5mm, yeah, grid. And you get so many of them. It's lovely. I wish it wasn't this color because it looks a little weird against this white, but I'm going to work with it. Anyway, I've broken down my project for reading and writing and my critique partners down here at the bottom, because these are things I need to work on and chip away at. And sometimes it takes me more than one day to finish one of these things. And I'm just going to move it from, you know, day to day with me so that I always can see it and I don't have to like write it out every single day so I don't forget it. I'm hoping that will work out okay. The other thing I did, and I did a video over on my writing and reading channel, Sincerely Sylvia Writes, that should be up around the same time. I was watching Helen's old videos here on YouTube, and I've talked about her before. I'll link her video down below. She likes to do like a Kanban board situation, and I kind of just like to take what I like and leave what I don't. She likes to break her weekly down, and I don't think I'm there yet that I need to have like a weekly space. Of course, I can always build a weekly in here, break it down into, you know, 7 rows and write it out here, but I thought I would just try this portion of the Kanban board. So I have January wrap up and to-dos, things that I want to finish up January. This is all my reading. And so reading is going to be the color yellow, and then I will have another color like this for my writing, and blue can be for other, and then pink can be for social media. So other can just be, I wrote out a little list here, just kind of thinking about what I needed to try to finish and work on for January. And so other is like Jade and Jay, you know, family dinners and stuff like that, events that are optional. And then I put some dates here for when those things are possibly going to occur, including the same with social media. These are dates when I should probably post a video. And I like to do that just to keep in practice, because if I don't make videos at least once a week, I don't make them at all. I go away for a long time. And so it's just important for me to stay in practice. And so I wrote these out, and I felt like maybe if I color coded them, and I explained this more with my reading. I'm really struggling to be a better reader. I'm so lazy about the reading, you guys. I don't see it as like a leisurely thing anymore. I see it as like another chore, and I don't want to think of reading that way, especially because I'm a writer and writers are readers. So I took the books that I wanted to finish in January and chip away at, and some of these are shorter. Like one of them's an R.L. Stine book that's like 147 pages. It's a pocket book. It's very small. So I put a plan together. Go check out that channel if you're interested in how I'm going to be reading more for 2026. Now I wanted to come through, and write down some things for the rest of this week, like projects. And again, maybe just having a sticky note of your project so you can move it day to day with you will work. But I wanted to see which one would work best for me. So this is just mostly my writing. I do have a little thing for reading here. This is only for one book, whereas I have all of the books that I want to get done for January. Other, I have a few things that I can write for that, and a few for the social media. Now, right now, the social media seems to be the only one that I might be able to reuse. So if it's like post to Instagram, post to reel, post to this, post to that, that might be the only thing that are reusable. The rest, I have the actual names of the books because I think that's more helpful to me to see how far I've gotten and what I've read. And that is because they go here when they're still to-dos and that you want to work on them. And then they go here when you've actually completed them. So if I just put, you know, reading, and I did reading 1 session, reading 2 session, I wouldn't know what book I completed. Does that make sense? So that's why I've done this. So I'm going to fill out some of these and then come back. Okay, so I went and I filled everything out. I don't know if this is coming up on camera. The color might change a little bit, but this is like an orangish color, an orange yellow, a yellow orange. I think that's the right color. This is for my reading. This kind of green fluorescent-y color is for my writing. Over here, I have the red for social media, and then blue is for other. And so I have meal prepping stuff here, and so breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then desserts. So I make these all separate. I have gotten used to freezing the desserts so that I can just take one out instead of having a bunch on hand, because that does not work for me, and that's been really, really helpful. So these are all of the things that I am going to try to work on throughout the rest of January, see if this helps me. These are things that I have to break down into projects and into sections. They're not stuff that I can do all in one day, although sometimes I can. It just depends. And so it's nice to just have this little sticky note to pick up and move from the to-do list to the completed or the to-done list or the to-do list, whatever you like to call it. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to write some of these things on the daily. I can also move them onto my daily if that would work best for me, but for right now, having them here just helps me because making a list of all of this stuff, I don't know, it's just not active enough, I guess, for me. I'm just not looking at it or using it. So hopefully a sticky note will work. These things, as well as like these things, I can reuse. This as well, I can reuse these. Again, the sticky notes over here, I can't. And it just depends on if people are willing to pay for sticky notes. They can get expensive, like $7, which is kind of stupid, but I get it. So, you know, if I can reuse them, I will. If I can't, no worries, I can rewrite them. It's not that serious. I have a bunch already in here and a whole another pack that I purchased the other day, so plenty to keep me going for a while. I don't use the bigger ones, which I know Helen and a lot of other people do. They use these ones or the 2x2s. I think they're like 2x2, just because I am in a B6 Slim and I want to be able to fit all of these in my planner. The other thing that you can do is use these poster boards. This is 11 by 14 inches, and you can stick them all on here and then move them from here into your planner. But I just actually just want to keep them all in one place and see how that goes. And again, if that doesn't work out, I can, you know, start to tweak this however I'd like, but they are in the back because I feel like that's the best place to put them all. And again, once I put them over here to complete it, they can all be on top of each other. I kind of just need to see them as I'm going through and choosing things for each day and each week. If this doesn't work, you know, you can just go back to the drawing board, decide to do a weekly, but for right now, it's all in here. Oops. And I can carry it with me on the go. Let me zoom out a little bit. So that is what I'm going to be working on for this next week. I like a nice color pop like this, actually. You know how I'm more monochrome, but this is nice. Nicey nice. I don't know. What about you guys? Have you tried a Kanban board in your planner? Did it work for you? Do you feel like the act of taking something, writing it down, pulling it off, and sticking it works best than just having a flat, you know, I don't know, what do you call it, like a 2D list, making this more 3D and having it pop out? I don't know what the right terms are, to be perfectly honest. Works a little bit more for me, I think. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so that is everything. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.